downloaded the Quran on my phone, but
Yeah.
and then I went to read it a couple times, and then I felt guilty for trying to read it, because that was what was instilled in me from the church. Like, oh, never read that book, because the moment you'll
Yes.
read that book, you'll start questioning your faith.
You see, that's the really, really good point that he makes, that Christianity doesn't encourage you to research other faiths and understand them. When I was a Christian, I had doubts about the religion, but I refused to look into other religions, of course, until I discovered Islam, because I knew that what I was reading didn't make a whole lot of sense. And if I read something else, it might make sense and it might make me leave Christianity. So there's a lot of discouragement in Christianity to read other holy books. You know, if you try to talk to a Christian and ask them to read the Quran, it's very difficult to convince them to do it, because once you do read the Quran, you're going to see that it makes absolute sense. If you read it front to back, you're going to see that this religion is the truth and that it makes way more sense. And then you have to decide, am I going to stay Christian and just keep believing just based on what I've been taught and faith and everything like that, just blind faith, or if I'm going to change and become a Muslim and follow the truth. So, you know, for all the Christians out there, I would say to read the Quran. Don't be discouraged by the church or your parents, or by any doubts that you have in your mind about the religion. Read the Quran, educate yourself, and then make a decision. You know, you don't have to convert. Nobody's forcing you to. In the Quran, it says there's no compulsion in the religion. So it's important, you know that, and just read the Quran and make a decision for yourself. Decide what you think makes the most sense. All right, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.